Hi everyone, welcome to Meet the Teacher. We're going to give you some information this afternoon about being in Year 5 this year.
It's been lovely having the children back after such a long time away from school, obviously with the current situation the way it is. It's been fantastic having lots of laughter, lots of noise in the classroom and seeing the children so engaged.
So we're going to start by showing you a slideshow, so hopefully you can see this on your screen at the moment. So welcome to Oaks class, and as you can see, it's myself and Mrs. Murphy-Simkis who share the teaching in Oaks class in Year 5. We're going to share with you some of the activities that we do throughout the year. And this PowerPoint is going to be, well, this meeting is going to be recorded with the PowerPoint in it so that you can see this whenever you like. And if you've got any questions, you can email us and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can.
Okay. So at the moment, obviously with the situation that's going on, we are being very careful with any children who are displaying COVID symptoms, and we've just put a slide in there just to give you a little bit more information about what the procedures are and what we need to do should your child develop any of those symptoms, and how you can support the test and trace team.
So just to say as well that if your child is self-isolating with any of those symptoms, that you can let us know using our class email, that's oaks@winchamcp.cheshire.sch.uk, and we will put the work on there at the end of that day, the work that we've been doing, so that they can still do some work at home if they're able to.
Okay, we've had some parents requesting possibility of helping out in school. If you do wish to volunteer to help in school, we will ask that you only help with one class. Obviously use hand sanitizer before and after working with each child or after a group, or handling equipment, wash any equipment that you use, and obviously keep that 2-metre distance. If you are interested, you can contact the office and then they will get in touch with us.
This is just to show you our timetable we have in class, and the children know this already. Obviously, we've had 4 weeks back now, so we've got Monday and Tuesday with Mrs. Murphy-Simkis and myself on a Wednesday for half of the day, and then in the afternoon the children have the multi-flex team that they do PE with, and Mrs. Brailsford, who usually does RE with them, and then myself on Thursday and Friday afternoons.
Okay. So our timetable remains very similar to previous years. So the children will have daily English and maths lessons, as well as whole guided reading sessions. We also teach children spelling and handwriting through various schemes of work, and also through discrete lessons. On a Wednesday afternoon, the children will have Mrs. Brailsford for RE and French, as well as PE with multiflex, and Mrs. Lee on a Thursday. We do ask that children come to school PE ready, just to avoid that cross-contamination, so that children can come in their PE kits and remain in their PE kits all day, and then take their PE kits home to be washed and return back to school in their uniform the following day.
Okay, so we just put something in there about expectations of class behaviour. All the children and ourselves use our behaviour chart every day, and we use lots of Dojo points as well for, you know, great behaviour, great work, good listening, participating in class, being sensible around school. So the children are aware of all these expectations that we have, and we've come up with our own class ones as well. So hopefully they can remember those. And just to say about unacceptable behaviour, you know, sometimes we might have to give you a phone call, or we might have to have a little chat with you and the children, just to make sure that their behaviour is back on track as soon as possible.
Okay, last year we started our No Outsiders scheme of work, which you will have had information about last year. So each term we'll read an age-appropriate book to teach the children about different aspects of the Equalities Act, and this slide just bullet points those areas that the book will cover. If you have any questions regarding this, you can email the class teacher, or you can email Mr. Boot directly.
Right, and that's just links onto our global goals as well, which we try and feed into all our lessons really, and the children are really good at knowing these now, and we do a lot of topic-based learning through these global goals. So that's just to show you really that all the global goals there and how we basically try to knit them in the curriculum as much as we can.
So following the success of introducing a thematic approach to learning last year at Wincham, our topic this year is what does it take to survive extreme conditions? So this will encompass our English, maths, science, geography, history, music, art and DT work as much as possible. So for example, what does it take to survive in extreme conditions will be led by our class text, Shackleton's Journey, which is a detailed visual narrative of Shackleton's journey to the Antarctic. So on that screen, you'll just see some of the things that text will cover and some of the work that the children will be learning about throughout the half term.
We've also started doing our guided reading on this half term. The children have really loved looking at what it takes to survive extreme conditions, and they've really got engaged with this. So I think it's a really nice way to build in the curriculum.
Yeah.
So this just shows you the different topic areas that we do throughout the year. So obviously we're in the autumn term now, but in the next autumn term leading up to Christmas, we'll have Can You Solve the Crime? So we'll be going back to the Victorian times and meeting the famous detective Sherlock Holmes, and doing some forensics around our science to do with that as well. And then spring, we've got What Makes a Monster. So we go to the North America, and we look at King Kong, which is an amazing book, and the children usually love this. And then in the summer, we've got Can You Discover the Wonders of Ancient China? So we're looking at ancient civilizations and the Shang Dynasty of China.
So we are continuing to use Timetable's Rockstars as we feel it's very beneficial to the children. By the end of year 5, pupils are expected to be able to recall multiplication and division facts for all multiplication and divisions up to the 12 times table. Each week we will set new times tables to revise. Last week was the 7 times table. There will be a certificate to celebrate individual success or progress in maths, which is something that the children love to receive.
Great. And then we just talk about basically what sort of resources we use, and we use a lot of White Rose maths at the moment with the children, and other resources as well. We also use challenging questions in the Enrich website, Power Maths and No Problem schemes as well, as resources as well in maths. And this is just showing you the calculation policy. So for addition, subtraction, and our formal written methods that the children get taught in school. So we try to keep this really consistent so that they remember these methods and use them throughout the years. And
all the policies that we refer to can be found on the school website if you want to look them in a little bit more detail. Okay, so moving on to literacy and topic. So we've come back and started with a catch-up unit, and we're emphasising that we are trying to sort of help children settle back into school and aiming to fill any of those gaps which have occurred during lockdown. We're going to start with a catch-up literacy and topic unit, which is focusing on a book written by the ex-president of America, Barack Obama, of The I Sing.
Which the children have loved, haven't they?
Loved it.
Which
yeah,
is really nice.
Enjoyed it. So we'll be looking at the Black Lives Matter movement as well, just to supplement this book. And hopefully by the end of this unit, the children will have written a fantastic magazine article celebrating Black heroes, past and present.
So just leaning on from literacy, also think about our spelling. So some of these techniques we've used last year, and the children during their lessons will use some of these different techniques to learn spellings. So things like they love drawing the pyramid of the word, and sometimes writing the word and drawing little pictures to help them to remember what that word means. Using lots of dictionary work and thesaurus work, and also with our spelling grey book, we do all our work on spelling, and the children can take this home as well and practice their spellings that we do in class at home also.
I think we referred earlier on in the PowerPoint about guided reading. So this will take place during the morning time when whole class guided reading sessions will happen. We look really closely at different skills, including looking at the vocab that the author has used, looking at inference, prediction, explanation and retrieval skills, and also summarising skills, which we call, all these skills sort of incorporate something called Vipers, which we try and ask questions to practice those skills, very important skills for improving comprehension. We'll continue to encourage children to read for at least 20 minutes each night if possible.
We've had lots of children doing that already, haven't we? So well done for the children, that's great.
Yeah, really, really good. And it's really noticeable in their writing, those children that do lots of reading at home. The vocab that the children are coming out with is fabulous. We do monitor it, and they have a reading diary that they'll take home with them. It's yellow. If you can just write a comment in there if your child has read to you, how many pages, ask them questions, try and engage with the text with them, and then the children can bring that in and show either myself or Mrs. Lee, and then they will get rewarded with the dojo just to encourage that love of reading and that, you know, practicing those skills. So it's a really important part of our literacy lesson. And the children do seem to really enjoy that time spent reading, either privately or to an adult or in our reading corner. We also have a book club, which I think we will come on to later.
Yeah,
next slide. There we go.
So hopefully all the children have signed up and they've got their logins. Please let us know if they haven't, or they can't get on, or you're struggling with passwords and things. Just let us know. So we're using book club as well as the children taking home their texts from school. So there's lots of different books on there, lots of different texts, and hopefully books that, you know, that maybe have been rewritten or redone, or different authors. So it's just really to give them a wide variety of texts. So hopefully children have already started using this and are enjoying it. Just talks to you there about how to log in. So the Active Learn primary webpage, and just about putting username, password, and also the school code. So again, if you're not sure about that, please do let us know. Get those details sorted so everyone can get onto their books. That gives you a bit more information about your child's homepage, where they can personalise their own homepage as well. So hopefully that's something exciting for them to do.
Okay, we've included expectations in Year 5 for both reading, writing and maths. So there is quite a lot of information there to take on. So we've just bullet pointed the main things that the children need to be able to do by the end of Year 5. There is a lot of information there, so feel free to look through that. And then if you have any questions or concerns, just email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. There's also on the next slide some useful websites that will help you if you want to do additional work at home. We're always grateful for parents that want to do additional work at home. We are at the moment trying to encourage children to be able to learn to tell the time at home
and do Roman numerals.
Sorry parents,
just keep popping up in questions.
But definitely practicing telling the time digitally on 12-hour, 24-hour clocks, analogues, clocks, etc., because those skills are so valuable, and they're quite difficult concepts for the children to learn. So as much practice as possible. So there's just a few websites on there to help out. The BBC website is fantastic as well, especially at the moment. They've got some catch-up units to do, obviously, to try and bridge some gaps. So they're all useful. But again, if you've got any questions or you want to find any information out, just drop us an email. The next slide is just to do about homework. So again, we are trying to encourage the children to do as much reading as possible. So as we said before, we're going to be rewarding reading progress and children who are accessing book club regularly. Timetables, rock stars, we can monitor that, so we can see who's been on and the progress that your child is making, and we do try and update that regularly so that the children are focusing on different multiplication and division facts.
We try to do that each week, really, don't we? Just so they've got one to really focus on, just to learn that timetable quite well. And then we sort of have a little, you know, quick testing class and quick recapping on those throughout the week. And throughout the year, they will try to go back through all of them, really, and the children will hopefully by that point feel really confident with each set of different timetables. But obviously, if your children, you know, if your child really loves it, then please just practice as much as you can at home as well.
Now we've moved to an online system called Google Classroom that you're currently in now, to set our homework. So maths and English will be set every Friday in the classroom, and the children will be able to access that work by going into the Google Classroom and then just putting their login details in, and then they'll have full access to that classroom. Work can be accessed and completed online. You can then take a picture and upload it of the work, or you can print the work off and then you can have a paper copy, and they do that at home. We're trying not to encourage too much, obviously, paper and books being returned into school, but if you want, if you're struggling with that or you need any help, just drop us an email and let us know.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to let us know as well, the children as well. Just, you know, let us know if you're struggling with the homework or something's difficult. The children come in and talk to us about that, and you know, and we can help. So don't worry too much if it's something that's a bit too difficult, or even if it's a bit too easy. Just, you know, feedback with how the children are getting on with that. That would be great. And we've just put on there as well about spellings, just to keep on practicing in the grey book, which can go home and come back into school. The children keep that with them in their tray, well, you know, on their table all day, and to continue to also to learn the year 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 statutory words from the national curriculum. And we've been really trying to recap the year 3 and 4 ones, and we'll move on to the year 5 and 6 ones as well. It's just a little reminder about dojos, and we've got lots of dojos already happening in our class at the moment. The children are really backing them up, so that's great. Just about certain things that they can learn for, great work and helping, you know, being tidy in the classroom, participating, putting the hand up, wanting to join in, and also for other, you know, working hard together as a team and being kind, and all those expectations that we see from the children. So just a quick reminder about class dojos, and also hopefully you can see when your child gets a dojo, and you're all hopefully logged in and you can see that at home. But if you're not, please do let us know, and we can make sure that you get alerted when your child gets a dojo. Okay.
There's some information on the next slide regarding pupil premium and funding and free spoon meals. So if you just want, if that applies to you, if you just want to read through that, if you've got any questions, then Tracy in the office is an expert. So I'm sure she will point you in the right direction. There's also a slide on there regarding supporting Wincham family and friends. If you want to get involved, your support is greatly appreciated, and there's a link on there to the Facebook page. Gives you a little bit more information about what that involves, what they do. They do a fantastic job and raise lots of money for additional resources for the school, which is really, really good.
Yeah, so that's great. So thank you. That would be really helpful if you want to get involved with that. Just a slide on there to show you about homeschool communication, the School Spider app. So hopefully that's, you know, you can use that, and that helps you to communicate a little bit with us. If you need any support with that, again, the office are really good at letting you know how to get onto those different things that school that are available to you. And also just about our own class email, which we will try to get back to you as soon as we can, and we'll keep trying to check that for you. But anything that you want to ask us or talk to us about, you know, we do have an open door policy. We love to talk to you, and I know it's difficult at the moment with the situation that we're in, having that face-to-face contact. So that's why we've got our own email address there. So please do get in contact with us if you need, you know, you need any help, or you need just to chat to us about something that's gone on in class. So that's it really. That's all our slides. Yes. So thank you very much for taking the time to read all the slides, and for listening to us today. And we hope to see you all soon. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Bye.